Are you done? Hey, I just finished working out, so don't judge me because I don't have my makeup on. It's at the end of the evening. So come on in. I think I'm gonna do this. God, these are just so pretty. What a story. All right. Okay. So the title of this video is Stop Stuffing Down Your Emotions. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because so many of us get in a situation where we keep stuffing down our emotions. We don't speak up about something that's hurting us, or you never speak your truth on something, so we just keep stuffing it down. Or we carry a guilt, a shame of something, and we never forgave ourselves. So I was kind of thinking, and I kind of kept saying, okay, Spirit, what do you want me to talk about tonight? I said, talk about what happened today. How you feel? I said, well, I'm not liking what happened, the news I got, but cancer is not cancer doesn't judge you by how much money you have, if it's going to get you or not. It doesn't look at race. It doesn't look at gender. It doesn't look at your status. It doesn't look at your entitlement. It doesn't look at your youth, young or old or in the middle. It does not care about that. It just wants to show up because cancer just represents those cells that have forgotten love, that have forgotten how to be healthy. And when someone comes to me and they tell me that they're going through cancer, and depending on what part of the body it's hitting, it kind of tells me if they are really dealing with a lot of emotional stuff. So cancer itself is when things are eating at you emotionally. That's what cancer is, when things eat at you. And this is one of those things when I work with people and I go in and I do the root seeking. I go in and I say, hey, why are we sitting here talking about your cancer? Why is it here? And a lot of times when I ask that question to someone when I'm working with them, it's kind of as energy that strikes them where they sit back and they say, well, it's probably in my family. It's probably hereditary. And I'm like, okay, do you think it's really hereditary, or are you just saying that? Oh, it looks like I'm on a ship. Here we go. So here's the deal. We cannot keep stuffing things down emotionally. Because if you do, it's like overloading your physical body, and your physical body can no longer support you stuffing down your emotional self. So, long story short, I'm just going to kind of put this in a paraphrase form of this person. There was an energy that she did not forgive herself on. And sometimes, say for instance, this one comes up a lot around people when cancer shows up in the solar plexus area, around the liver, the pancreas, the large intestines, small intestines, stomach. Her symptoms were like acid reflux. That's what she was dealing with, acid reflux. So it's interesting when you are dealing with a cancer, and especially if it's around something that you haven't forgiven yourself for. Now, sometimes what happens, you could be in a situation, and I've met plenty of people like this, where they had to have an abortion. Okay, let's just pick that topic. That's a win-win right there on emotions. You have to have an abortion because in your life at the time, it wasn't going to be the right time, or it wasn't going to be with maybe not with the right person to be having that child. So you had to make the decision that if you weren't ready to be a mother, if you didn't have the support you needed to help you raise that child, or if you weren't in the right career to raise that child, or if you yourself were too young to be doing that. And then there's always the famous religion around it, depending on if you're Catholic, if you're into one of the Christianity beliefs. If you do this, then you're going to go to hell, and then the shame that's brought upon the family, da 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 da, or it becomes a shh moment. So one of the things that I always encourage people to do when this comes up, and when I have to come in and I have to do root seeking on you, why is it here? If A is the cancer, what does B have to be in order to get C? What are you going to have to do to get your result of C? So I kind of sat with this, thinking about this situation, how many people are go through this self-demise judgment of themselves because they had to make a decision. And when they make a decision and then others tear them down for it, that's the part that they hold into them, the guilt, the shame. I'm a bad person. Why did I do this? And so they never let that go. They never forgive themselves for that. So because they don't really talk about it anymore, once it's all out there and nobody, they harness it all in on themselves, and they take it into their selves, and it stays there. And it just keeps eating away at them because they never forgave themselves. They never forgave the person who wasn't there for them, or they never forgave the situation. That's how it starts. So Cancer is one of those things that we as a society really need to horn into if it's not coming from our food or our environment that's causing it to interact in our body. But if it's all in the tummy area and around the liver, that's emotional. That's that emotional energy. So I invite each and every one of you to really kind of go in and take a look and forgive yourself for something that you thought you don't think nothing about, but is there. And you don't talk about it, but it's in the back, playing in the background. That one. That thread. Forgive yourself first. Forgive the situation, the energy of the situation, so that you can move forward. That's one of the things you really, really want to do. So I just really wanted to come on and talk about stop stuffing down your emotions to the point to where you are not being happy anymore. So everyone think about that real quick. I gotta go. I'm gonna turn this like this. I'll be right back for a second. All right. I just dumped out my water. I didn't like the calming. So anyway, I really, 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 really. Oh, that's better. Wanted to talk about that, and please, 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 don't stuff your emotions down. Please live from your heart. Live from a place of passion. Live from a place of love, and stop doing things that don't make you happy. Life is way too short to keep settling doing something that does not make you happy. And then you're stuffing that down. Now you got the cortisol levels going up. Now you don't feel good. Now your body is being set up to start creating the dis-ease in the body. So I'm just inviting all of you to take that time and to forgive that energy. Just close your eyes, take in a nice deep breath, go back to that first thing that you know you are silently being hunted by. Rather it be a person, place, thing, or situation, no matter what it is. And take this time and acknowledge it, call it forward, Forgive yourself first for holding the energy, for guilting yourself, for shaming yourself, for being silently angry with yourself, for not thinking of yourself as worthy, for not thinking of yourself as love, for not thinking of yourself as a beautiful being. When you do that, hello, darling, hello, welcome in. When you forgive the self and you're forgiving that situation, you have to, thank you. You have to forgive yourself for holding the energy of not being willing or open at the time to deal with the situation at hand. Okay, let me put it that way. So when you're forgiving a situation so that you can stop stuffing that emotion down, you want to just acknowledge it in yourself. Then when you see the situation that you have to forgive, then forgive the energy of the person, place, thing, or situation. It's a lot easier to forgive the energy of something than to try to label it off and give it the name or point the person out that you might automatically still block it because you don't want to interact with it. But if you just say, I'm forgiving the energy of so-and-so, or I'm forgiving the energy of this job, or I'm forgiving the energy of this situation, I'm forgiving the energy, whatever that energy may be, you forgive the energy. Because then the energy, when you forgive it, then you can see the energetic corded energy, however it's tied into your body, wherever you're feeling that, and then visualize yourself with a nice, big, shiny sword, cutting that cord of that energy to that person, place, thing, or situation. Because if you keep stuffing it down, you're creating the cancer. You're creating what's eating at you. And so hearing this today, that this beloved one was carrying something that happened to her when she was 18. And she's up close to her 70s. Why are we punishing ourselves with something that happened when you were in your teens and you never forgave yourself for it, and you carried this whole time all the way up? And now here it is in your physical body giving you a disease. It's showing itself because this is what's happening. So I'm inviting each and every one of you right now to really sit back, go into the depths of that darkness. Here, I want you to think about this. When the solar eclipse happened, you know how it makes that ring of fire around the end. And that's so cool. And then you see that pitch darkness right there. Then you see the light on the outside. It's the same thing that we do to ourselves when we stuff stuff down. There's some light around it, but we got this pit of the emotion that's just down in there. And we got to go in there and pull it up, bring it to the light so we can just forgive it and let it go. Women in particularly, if it's in the solar plexus area or in the breast, will harbor that anger, that emotion, whatever they didn't get an apology on, the sadness, the guilt, the shame, the bitterness, whatever that may be. And then it turns into something. So I know sometimes when I personally will just say what's on my mind, I'll just say it. Sometimes I don't catch myself, and it can rub people the wrong way. But I have reached a point in my life where I'm tired of editing myself and being quiet, just taking it and just stuffing it down. Can't do it anymore. Nobody can do that anymore. It's the times that we're in requires you to look at the shadow, look at those emotions, look at what was bothering you, and go in and acknowledge it and release it and be done with it. And yes, it's like the spiral here. It's just like the spiral. We start here in the middle. Okay, we're going to forgive right here. Okay, that's good. We're doing good. Oh, boom, another little we're going to forgive right here. Oh, boom, I'm going to forgive right here. Okay, working through that. I'm working through another. And bam, pew, now you're done. That's what I love about Spiral Light, because it's going in and you're spinning out on those layers to get rid of whatever is going on, to get to the root of it. So please, if you have something that is bothering you, that is deep, that is an emotion, that is wreaking havoc with you, creating night terrors, creating migraines, whatever that may be, let it go. Bring it up. Forgive yourself. Forgive the energy of it and release it. Okay? Life is so much easier, so we can stop stuffing it down. She never got a chance to just forgive herself on that. So now she's got to fight for her life. Stage 4 cancer, she's got to fight for her life now. If she's going to stay or go. She wants to stay. Now she's got to fight for it. So with that being said, I want to talk about these cards, and then I'm going to do a reading for what we need to kind of look at for the week. What's the energy doing? So I told you, I'm not from this planet. I just like saying that. Well, I'm not. No. No, really, I'm not. I'm not kidding. I'm not really from here. No. Not kidding. No. Okay. So this set, when I went into the crystal shop that is next to Orange Theory in the Roseville Shopping Center where Sprouts is, the bead and crystal shop there. So I go in there to support them because it's a mom and pop shop. And I went in there probably 2-3 weeks ago. She didn't have any cards in there, anything I was looking for. I go in there yesterday and she had these cards. And I was like, it was just something like, it just stopped me. And I had to go, I have to have these cards. It feels so good. So beyond Lemurian, let me tell you something about Izzy Ivy. Izzy Ivy is a very young artist. Her website is just, you have to go to her website. Hold on. Izzy, Izzy, Ivy. You have to go to her website. So beautiful. It's called IzzyIvyArt.com. Okay, art.com. www.izzyIvyArt.com. Go to this young lady's page. She's wide awake. She's a Lemurian, recalling all of her light language. I totally was, like I said, was decoding the whole box here with the light language on it, the code, the light codes here. Then there's codes that's running down on this horn that she's sitting on, and the blue body self, the necklace that she's wearing. And I said, okay, the DNA that's here. I said, this is all light coded stuff. And then when I looked at when it was published, she published this in this year, 2020. I said, perfect timing. She did a good job. So the book is really pretty. It's just, basic book, has its knowledge, but she talks about the story of how she started making these cards. And she talked about, and I thought it was really funny when I got the cards out, there's 52 cards in the set. Now, oracles are just what you are getting just a daily message on something, but then the book will give you a more in-depth meaning of the card. So I thought it was really interesting. It's 52 sets, 52 cards, broken down into chakras, elements, and seeds. And I said, oh, seeds of light. And I said, this is really cool. So this is the back of them. And it's done in a matte formation, which means it doesn't have a high gloss on it. And the cards are nice and thick, so they're going to last you a while. And her artwork on the webpage are just phenomenal. And she's young. She's really, really young. So this is what her artwork looks like. Look at that. Beyond the Mind. I just want to show some of these cards. Look at this one. Balancing Forces. She has the big eyes, all the cosmic stuff. This one's called Alignment. That had the dolphins in it. Let me show you this one, Water. Look how pretty this one is. Look at that. It's pretty. I mean, and these paintings that she has, they come in oil. She has them oil painted. She has them where you can have them on a clothing. Look at that, sacral. Isn't that gorgeous? And what got me when I was sitting down, looking at the cards, I said, God, I was so drawn to these. I can't believe, I was so drawn to get these right after I came down from Mount Shasta. Okay, you ready for this? Hold on. Let me show you how connecting these cards are. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here it comes. Mount Shasta. And here's the thing. It says number 37. Number 37, Mount Shasta. When you go to Mount Shasta, you're going to take exit 737. Okay, this is number 37. You're going to take exit 737. So I just was like, OMG, look at that. And a lot of times when I dealing with light codes, when I'm up at Shasta, it looks like these light codes, these portals. And when she did that, I was just like, what? So the picture, the artwork is just phenomenal. This one's so cute. I love this one. The Portal Keeper. Look, the cat. Just so pretty. And they're very colorful, very cosmic. Look at this. This is called the Earth Star Chakra. Earth Star Chakra sits right below your feet, about 12 inches below the feet. Look at the light codes in that. Isn't that beautiful? Let me see. I'm going to show. This one's pretty. This one's called Earth. Earth. Just beautiful. And I think what's so nice about them is the colors. They're a lot of green tones, blue, purple tones, gold tones, a lot of dragons. She has dragons in here. A lot of beautiful artwork with dragons. This is the original one. It says Our Ancient Future. This is what covers the box. So pretty. Trust Your Innocence. I love this one. Trust Your Innocence. vulnerability. Really pretty. I mean, just amazing. Home. Look at this. This is a Lemurian home. So pretty. Lemurian were the old ancient race that did exist on this planet, along with the Atlanteans. And they were all about love and compassion and being connected to the earth and really stepping forth into the energy of everything with the earth. But Lemuria is a civilization that did exist on this planet. So I just fell in love with these cards. And once again, it's called Beyond Lemuria, the guidebook. Really nice. There's phenomenal energy on it. It just feels really good. So I'm going to do a 3-card read on what we're going to be dealing with for this week. What's the energy intention? What's the message from the heavens? And tonight I should be able to get some sleep. I'm not in a hot place. Okay, now the cards that bridge it. And now the new cards. Okay, wow. We're looking at getting grounded, getting our groundedness, the earth, the tree, the colors, 6, home life, everything needs to be in balance, getting grounded and centered, remembering to breathe. We've been so busy doing this. We have to breathe because we keep waiting for the next shoe to fall and wearing the mask and everything else. So when you have that mask off, you need to really start breathe. What is bridging us? Perseverance. Number 4. Moving forward. Having that foundation. Moving through the heart. Oh, this is nice. Number 38. Blueprint. The new blueprint. So the new blueprint is the newer frequency of energy that we're moving into. So that energy is where we're going. So we have to stay grounded. We have to stay in our perseverance of self. We have to stay in that blueprint energy of creation. So the next one I'm going to pull the last meaning one of the crystal mandala. Okay, the final wrap up. So it looks like this week we have to stay perseverance, and a lot of us are going to get downloaded some new light codes, and you're going to feel a little bit spacey. You're going to feel a little bit tired when the codes come in because you have to expand to get that light into those cells. So drink your water, sleep when you need to sleep, eat when you need to eat, and be true to the self. Okay, here's the final wrap up of the week. Oh, this is interesting. Some of us just need to work on that inner queen energy. And the stone for that, the code for this is going to be that 888 code. And we're dealing with ruby energy. Ruby energy is nice to work with. It works with that fire, putting fire underneath your feet and that root to stir things up, a creativity to get things going. You want to really harness this energy right now to make things happen. To really, it's all about visualizing and then knowing that you have it and bringing it from the heaven realm down to the earth realm, as above, so below. So there's no sitting back and trying to figure out how you're going to do it. This is the time you really want to harness this energy. Journals, being in bath water and visualizing yourself having whatever it is that you're looking for. So this is that time. This is that time to grasp that, to bring that in. So we're moving into Ruby. We have that new blueprints, which means new light codes are coming in. Perseverance, and then being grounded. And get grounded in the breath, get grounded in the body, get grounded in self, so that you don't feel so floaty out there and all the muck and mire of energy that's going on right now that kind of has us in that disarray. So it means kind of stay focused. We already have Mercury retrograde doing its thing on us right now, and the solar eclipse has now got that portal going, and so there's a lot of loopiness going on. But please, please, please remember, this is the time that you can redo something, rewrite something, reevaluate, revise, reorganize, renegotiate. Anything with that RE in the front, that's what you're doing, because that's how Mercury likes to work when you're doing it. Any questions before I wrap this up? Are we good? I think we're good. Okay, so remember what I said. Take that time and be with the self and really learn to forgive. Forgive the self for holding the energy of something that you haven't been able to let go of or to forgive. Forgive yourself first, then forgive the person, place, thing, or situation energy of it, so you can move forward. And then cut the cords. Cut it. Be done with it. And when you cut those cords and be done with something, don't keep going back reliving it. There's a lot of people that are like pit bulls. They get a hold of something and they just hang on to it, and they just, they keep hanging on to it. They don't know how to let it go. So you need to let it go. So anyway, drink lots of water, be good to the self, rest, take a nice, hot, loving bath tonight, do some journal writing, think about 3 wonderful things that you want to say about yourself, and pass that on to a loved one and tell the loved one 3 wonderful things about themselves. And everybody just be in that love energy. All right. Thank you for being so light. Thanks for coming to the show. All right. My name is Priestess Michaela, also known as Felicia Niana. Thank you too. Thank you for the thumbs up. Much love to all of you. Please be good to yourselves. Please be kind to yourself. You do have a purpose here. You are sacred. You are divine. And you are just where you need to be to create. Remember who you are. All right. Much love. Sleep well tonight. Maybe I'll see you on the dream side. No, I'll probably just be sleeping. But I could see you. All right. Much love to all of you. Bye.